Hello, welcome back. I'm Rachel. I live in Calgary, Canada. I love to garden. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are coming back. It's nice to have you here. I know I'm so sorry. I said last week or 2 weeks ago that I was going to be coming back weekly with videos, and then I didn't, and now it's been 2 weeks. But in my defense, it's been really rainy and cold, and there's really not a lot of gardening that you can do in Calgary when it's like just teetering around zero. I did do a little bit, so I'll catch you up on that. And I started a new job, and I was super busy, and I just didn't film, and that is what it is. I'm sorry I didn't follow up on my promises, but I hope you weren't too offended. But what I am going to do is catch you up on what I have been doing over the past couple of weeks and show you that footage, and then we're going to go to the garden center. So if that interests you at all, going to a garden center vlog style, then keep on watching. So what's been going on in the interim, I think at the end of last video I said that we were going to the lake, and we did over May long weekend, and the little cottage garden is just starting to sprout. We got just tiny little germination going on of a host of different things. What I can identify is lettuce, cosmos, hollyhocks, and then the rest I'm not exactly sure. I could look back at the video. I should have put little stakes in the ground, but I didn't. I'm pretty sure that the cosmos are going to make it. Cosmos are really resilient, really hardy. You don't really have to water them all that much. So I think those are definitely going to make it. The rest, TBD. The little chicken wire fence that we have around it so far has worked for deer not to eat the brand new seedlings. Is it going to work forever? I don't know. There's mice, there's chipmunks, those things can get in no problem. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure when we're going out next, but it looks pretty unimpressive at the moment, and I hope that by the end of the summer it looks like something. So that's the lake. That was fun. We put up a couple of trail cams, and I'll show you some pictures that we got from that so far since we've been home. They just send texts with pictures back home, some elk, some deer. It's pretty fun out there. And then at home, I ended up going to a garden center and grabbing some fun stuff. What did I get? I got some osteospermum, some African daisies in white with a purple center. I think it's really, really cute. I had orange ones last year, and they did really well. So I put them along kind of the back of the bed by the garage where it doesn't get a lot of rain. They do well. They're very drought tolerant. I got some more salvia like I got last year. I got some crazy grass. I don't know what exactly it's called. I got some ranunculus that almost died because it snowed over May long right before I planted them, but I'm hoping that they come back to life. And what else did I get? Oh, I just got some foxglove, lamb's ear. I got lamb's ear, not foxglove. That's different. I got some lamb's ear and then just some white fluffy filler. Ended up filling a pot with that as well. James was a little worker bee yesterday. He was pulling out dandelions like it was his day job, not daisies. I would be very upset if he was pulling out daisies. And he mulched a bunch. So he mulched my rock garden, which it looks really, really sharp now. And then he mulched in front of the herb bed in the front yard. That kind of crummy, garbagey looking area. He put cardboard down and then he mulched over, and it looks really sharp now. And I ended up putting out a couple of peppers and tomatoes yesterday. I'm hardening off my tomatoes. I put them in the garage last night. I'm going to put them out today. And my peppers, I'm hardening them off too. But I planted 2 of my brandywines and my 1 super steak. It's just like a red super steak tomato. I put them into pots so that if it does hail or if it does look like it's going to super frost, I can bring them inside. And then I put 2 jalapenos in the jalapeno bed pot thing. And it got really cold last night. I think it was teetering around zero, teetering around freezing. And they're fine so far, hopefully. They don't look super cold, super wilty or anything. And it doesn't look like it's going to snow. I can't believe I just said that out loud. But you never know in Calgary. You never know in Canada. We're zone 3B, 4A specifically, where my house is. So you get a lot of weather and a lot of hail specifically. So that's what I'm doing, hardening off my tomatoes. And then today, right now, you and me, if you're interested, are going to go to Canadian Tire. We're going to look at what they've got. I want to buy some zinnias. I'm going to plant some seeds of zinnias. You know I'm behind on my planting. That's okay. And there's just a part of me that wants to have zinnias sooner than later. So I'm going to plant seeds alongside zinnia plants if they look good, if they're even there. I don't know. I know zinnias don't like to be transplanted, but we're going to try it. And I think I'm going to get my supertunias now that it's looking like it's not going to be less than -5 degrees overnight for the foreseeable future. They say -5, less than 5 degrees. So those are the weekday highs and lows. It goes down to 5. You can always take down 1 or 2. So it says 5, it's probably going to be 3. But like I said, it's Canada, and these plants need to be tough. And if they're not, they die. And that's my fault, and that's a waste of money. But that's all. If you're interested in coming to the garden center with me, come and join me. I also might get a watermelon plant if there are any. I don't even know if people sell watermelon plants, but mine didn't germinate. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. And yeah, let's go. I specifically chose this Canadian Tire because I know that it's covered. It's really miserable outside. I don't know why I decided to do this today, but we're here, so we're doing it. Wow, those are nice. Okay, that was cold and miserable, but that's okay. It meant that nobody was there, so it was easier to film. Although it was harder to film because it was raining and I was cold. No zinnias. I don't know if you can buy zinnias. You must be able to transplant. But that's okay. I got really large, juicy, healthy plants of the Supertunia Vista bubblegum, which is my favorite from last year. And I think I'm going to put them in the same place as last year. I might divvy them up because they're big plants. So I might divvy them up and put them in some different places. And then I got 2 butternut squash. I have seeds for spaghetti squash, but it just doesn't seem appetizing to me. But butternut squash soup in the fall. And then also I've been thinking of making like purees for babies. And that I think would be a great one, butternut squash puree, to give out to my friends who have babies. So I got 2 butternut squash plants, and then I got a habanero pepper because I only have jalapenos and pepperoncinis, and I thought it would be fun to have like a super spicy one as well to put in my raised pepper pot. And I got 2 pots. One of them to replace the blue pot with the blueberry or with the strawberry in it. You're welcome, James. And then I got the same pots that I have already. I only have 2, but one of them's in the ground, so I only have 1, and it looks kind of like off. So I bought another one, and it was only $22. It was on sale. It's 25% off. So I guess it wasn't expensive to begin with. It was like a $30 pot. But anyway, that's what the rose is in. Oh, and I bought a rose. Did I tell you that? Did I say that? Ah! I got a rose. The rose last year that I had was not hardy, or it was hardy and I did not water it at the end of the season and it died before the winter came. Either of those are possibilities. So I got this rose. It is like a light pink, and it gets a little bit darker pink in the center, and it says it's only hardy up to zone 2. So we will see. That's very good for us, for me specifically. And I will again dig it into the ground in a pot to overwinter it, and I might tuck it in by the house as well, like I did with a hydrangea, just for added protection, because the heat from the house keeps the ground temperature a little bit warmer. That's all I bought. I also got wine gums. So I'm just gonna maybe place you here. Maybe, and then pot up the rose in this pot that it came in. It says it was born and raised in Canada. It's a modern blush rose, Rosa X modern blush. And it's this coloring. And it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buds to begin with. And this was $38, this was $29.99. And it says cold tolerance, minus 50 Fahrenheit, minus 42 Celsius, zone 2. Full sun to part shade. I'm excited. Very heavy. Wish Jim wasn't golfing so he could just pick this up for me. Ah! I'll go slow. All right, so here it is. We'll pot it up. Cut this off later. I'm just gonna put it outside and let nature water it in. Okay, so here are all of my tomatoes and peppers. I literally just stacked them in here, one on top of the other, hardening off. This was already like that. But so far they're looking good. There are just like so many little aphids on here. My house was absolutely disgusting with fruit flies. I made a spray with just like Dawn dish soap, water, and olive oil, which I don't know, it worked, like it killed them, but it was quite a mess. James told me I'm not allowed to start my plants that early next year. Oil, which I don't know, it worked, like it killed them, but it was quite a mess. James told me I'm not allowed to start my plants that early next year. I'm gonna leave my habanero in the windowsill with my sweetie cherry tomato for now while they grow. And then I think I can just plant my butternut squash right now. I'm not sure if butternut squash can have their roots disturbed or not. The first one I pulled apart into 3 different plants, and then the second one I just planted in the clump because you are my phone. My phone has my information, so I might end up checking. I'm just gonna check that right now and maybe changing it. Okay, it says rule of thumb, they don't like to be transplanted. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And we'll see as an experiment whether the clump does better or the 3 separate. And they all might be too close together anyway, but whatever. Oh, whatever. So I will show you now what's going on in the garden. All right, we got our snapdragons. I ended up adding 2 more back there. My poppy is looking like she's gonna go soon. Lavender is very small, that's okay. Lamb's ear, whatever that is. Ranunculus, looking sad. We've got my forget-me-nots, osteospermum. And then we got the bleeding hearts, which went to bloom. Oh yeah. We have 1, 2, 3. Amazing little guys. Wow, I should get my real camera. That's really pretty with all the raindrops on them. Going there. Peonies. Looking fab. Snapdragons are there. My sweet peas are just starting to sprout. Or these are my sugar snap peas, sorry. And I have straw flower here, which germinated, and I'll need to separate those soon. And then my bells of Ireland. Didn't do anything with my beans. I need to just plant bush beans. And then I transplanted my sunflowers into this bed as well. I don't know if I told you that. Kale's looking good. Strawberries. I got 1 strawberry. This is that super steak potato. That's not a potato, that's a tomato. And I'm just doing the Florida weave here between my pea steaks. You got a little guy coming in. And these are my sweet peas. Coming in hot. And then this is that little pot I made up with that white stuff, and then the foxglove. Or I keep calling it foxglove, lamb's ear. Dead dandelions. And we have my Thai basil. They're just hardening off. And my watermelon seed, which is nowhere to be found. And that's everything in the garden right now. Next video, I'll probably be putting my tomatoes in the ground. And just kidding, I forgot to show you my peppers. Here they are. Battling the elements. Got 1 here. One guy there. Yeah. Thanks for joining me on this dreary day. How's the weather where you are? How's your spring? I haven't lost anything yet. Knock on wood that I don't. But it's been pretty cold. It's a late spring here. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, whatever, comment. Bye.